Hello again. I'm DB. This is Brendon. Welcome to Jack 2 X and Y stream. This is part 2. We had such a great time last time, and we're bringing it back same time again in the following week. Before we go on, of course, just want to acknowledge that we're streaming from the lands of the Gadigal and Camaragal people of the Eora Nation, and we pay our respects to the elders past and present. And before we get started, Brendon, this time last week you were a babe in the woods when it came to Jak and Daxter. You'd only played the first game, you'd had like vagaries, you'd heard vagaries to do with the second game, and now you know a lot more. You've played over an hour of this game. So what do you associate with it now that you didn't last time, before we started?
A chosen one narrative, which I think is a big introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Especially given this is like the second arc of the story. Like, imagine if Aang didn't find out he was the last airbender until the second season.
Yeah. Righto, so chosen one narrative. So, can't hear Brendo very well. Okay, well...
Okay. Yeah, we've got an issue where there's like massive feedback and I can hear myself talking.
Well, what I'll do in the meantime is I'll drop the game audio. And then, yeah. But we'll drop the game audio, and then it's all a bit mixed, a little bit better, maybe. And you can see if that, and I'll turn my mic down a bit as well.
Be advised, I'm on foot.
So let's carry on with this discussion, and we'll see how we go. Brendo, you're talking about the chosen one narrative. Chosen by who? Who's chosen?
Oh, I don't know. That's the thing. From my memory, there just wasn't a lot going on.
Sweeping for
And the
suspects.
game is very quiet. Hang on, so there's a comment here.
Okay, so maybe I overdid it with the sound balance just now. Okay. All right, we'll jack that up a little bit.
Alpha. We're en route.
Game is very quiet compared to DB. Okay, well, we'll just jack the game up a bit. Aside from a chosen one narrative, Brendo, what else do you remember from that you got introduced very bluntly to last week?
I remember that we went through a lot of lengths to get to where we are. I can't remember where this place is. It could be the future. It could be an alternate land. I have no idea. I remember he got like tortured to be. Oh wait, can he turn into? Yeah, he can turn into like a shadow. Not shadow.
Moving to next sector.
The Sonic Unleashed version of Jack.
Mm-hmm.
He can turn into him because he was tortured by a bad guy whose name I can't remember.
Really? You can't remember the line that he spoke? The very first line he ever spoke in the series.
What is it? I can't remember. Is it like?
I'm gonna
where the
kill
hell am I?
Praxis.
Oh, Praxis.
I'm
that's right.
gonna
It's
kill
bad
Praxis. What an introduction, huh? Like what a way to like swear in
Continue our sweep.
this new version of Jack that we've all just got to get used to.
Very bad Praxis. So yeah, I think what I wanted to say about the chosen one narrative
Yeah.
is that it doesn't really work if you started off in the second arc of the show. But anyway,
The area is secure.
I'm fine with it being there.
Mhm.
I don't know why Jack in particular is the chosen one yet, or what the chosen one entails. But it is there. So there you go.
And what do you expect or want to see this week?
I just want to see edgelord shit, lots of hell and damn. Also, sex jokes would be really funny.
Okay.
That is just the pinnacle of comedy for me. Is a
Proceeding
sex
as
joke?
planned.
Maybe like if someone alludes to their wiener,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a riot.
Cool. I'm pretty sure you'll get those things. I don't know exactly which joke falls where, but I do remember the jokes. And
Great.
boy,
Very
there's
good.
plenty of them of the kind you're describing.
Please advise.
Um,
Suspect's
Jack
description.
got a tattoo at one point. I know I'm reaching a bit far.
Um,
You know,
it would be
I'm
very
reaching very
appropriate,
far.
but I don't believe he's gotten one. No.
actually, oh no,
Right.
no, he's already
Check it out.
gotten a makeover. He's not going to get a makeover again.
Reese
I
says
think
we're going to meet a
everyone-
real cool guy character this stream, and I'm excited for his introduction. Well,
I hate the smell of
I will
this
tell you
Yeah.
that well, the character Reese is referring to, we've already met technically. We've already seen this character, and we're just going to get to know him a little bit better. I have a plan in my head. Sorry?
Is it Daxter?
This is your We're en route.
No. It is not Dexter. Show off the goatee toggle. Well, I don't know if we have the orbs for that race, but we'll check our secrets real quick.
Because I don't want to see it there anymore.
Beg your pardon?
Actually, no, it's funny.
You want it? Do you want the goatee or not?
I want to see what it looks like first. But...
You want to see what it looks like, what Jack looks like without the goatee. All right. Well.
Yeah.
Right, we'll check it out.
Yeah, he looks way better. But put the goatee back on because that's his true form.
Okay. All right.
Like he looks fine there. He doesn't even look as edgelordy. He still looks a little bit edgelordy, but.
Roger.
And I don't feel
Continuing
fine
our
with
sweep.
big head mode.
Okay.
The goatee is like the hairy cherry on top of the Jack cake.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it suits him. And I will say, I have a sort of a plan in my head for how much of the game we're going to get through in this session, and it does involve not just the character Reese is talking about. Yes, big head mode, Bianca, absolutely, that exists. Not just the character that Reese alludes to, but a couple of others.
We're making our sweep.
So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Let's with a mission for crew.
Excellent shooting, Jack. Ever thought about being a wastelander?
Can't say that I have.
Wastelanders find items from the outside the city walls, eh? Any artifact or weapon worth having comes through my hands. Work for me and I'll throw some of the sweeter items your way.
Kill metalheads? Get toys? Sounds good to me.
Slow down, Jack and a fat man. You two had better run that by me
Oh
again.
my God,
Because there's
what a
no way
reference.
I'm going outside the city to face more metalheads.
For 12-year-olds, you know.
The ropes.
So you want to be wastelanders, huh, doughboys?
Like
Well, we'll
fucking
see
Gex
what you're
all
made
over.
of when we get out.
Yeah, it's Gex all over.
Crew wants some new trophies to put butts in chairs at the hip hog, so I'm gonna bag him 5 nasty metalheads at the pumping station. Don't wet your fur, Chili Pepper, cause we're rolling with the Peacemaker.
Woo! I need one of those. Where'd you get it?
Don't ask. Sig needs someone to watch his back while he tracks the metalheads, eh?
We'll meet at the pumping station. Listen, cherries, don't you leave me dangling in the wind out there.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Did he call them cherries?
You sure did.
Holy shit! What a big own.
I know.
Remind me who the metalheads are. They just like a bandit faction.
They are beasts that are threatening the city, which we learned last week. The Baron Praxis is placating them with eco shipments, which is funny because he's also leading. Sorry,
He's supplying the terrorists.
We're making
with
our
the
sweep.
weapons.
while waging a war of them. Yes, yes.
You're trying to say that this game is a metaphor for the US's involvement in this.
That's right. I mean, 2003,
Your
absolutely.
words, not mine. Your words, not mine. So, that Jake and the Fat Man reference.
Yes.
So that show was around in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what, 16 years old, that reference?
Yes. Yes, it is. Remember the age of the people working on this game. Let me turn down the audio of the voices. I thought I'd cracked onto something clever there by making it louder than everything else, but not really. Okay.
Praxis.
Yeah, so like keep in mind, Jason Rubin, Andy Gavin, these guys, they're guys, they're 30-something at this point. They're past their, you know, they've done their crawling with Crash, and now they're running with Jack 2, and not only are they running with Jack and Daxter, but like this is the first game they've ever made that's got like themes, you know? Misuse of power, false wars, all that sort of jazz. So, you know, they're going a bit hog wild. And
This game doesn't actually have a theme or a message.
chat, let me know how well you can hear Brendo now. If I can make it a bit louder, I will, and we'll see how we go. In the meantime, we're going to get ourselves in big trouble. Crimson Guard.
Oh, I forgot that this was GTA. No, that was, 'cause, 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 Just having the mini-map in the corner is like...
Yeah.
This is all you need to know, that this is a GTA clone.
I'm just gonna tweak the game audio slightly. See how we go.
No, everything is fine except for me.
Okay.
Do you have like in-ear headphones or something like that? That might help.
That might help. Yes, I've got them right here. So, if you can bear with me for 1 second, everybody.
Well, let's talk about in-ear headphones. I would like some Raycons. If they could sponsor us and also give us some Raycons, that'd be really good.
Apologies for all these little shuffles, everyone. We're just feeling my way around. Let me jack up. I know, I just cannot resist. Don't worry about our webcam suddenly disappearing for a second, because boom, it's right back. And why don't you talk for a bit, Brendo, and see how that sounds.
Hi, how's it going? Oh man, it's worse than ever.
Ooh, dear me. Let me turn that right back down again. Talk again for me, please.
Hello? Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same.
That's no good.
So
That
you
is...
may as well use your other headphones.
Okay. Well, I'll keep these ones in, just so we're not shuffling any more pieces around. Okay. Boom. This is not how I wanted to be doing it this stream, and I'll change the webcams back so it doesn't look disastrous. It was a little blown out before. Yeah, because the thing is, it sounds good to you guys, but for Brendo, it's like the feedback is enormous. So, we're just trying to find that sweet spot. I'll turn it up just a little bit. We're going to carry on, and we're going to not muck up the webcams. And we'll see how we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going to have to do a bit of soldiering on, Brendo, like as you hear yourself, possibly. It won't be as bad as when you first came in, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Let's get a mission done.
I'm going to be listening to music as well.
Yeah, do that, please. And then we'll work on a solution for next week, possibly noise-cancelling headphones for myself.
I can't listen to rap music because there's too many words in that and I can't concentrate.
For sure.
Oh, a cutscene. Hell yeah. Stop calling us cherries. What does that mean?
Here we go.
Still thinking about that Jake and the Fat Man reference.
Naturally.
Let's listen to the Final Fantasy X soundtrack.
That's a good idea.
There's no lyrics in that. Except for other...
Literally, I was playing that before the stream today.
Which one? FF10?
Yeah, Besaid.
Oh, Besaid in particular. Hell yeah, great song.
Yeah. It's a real chill track. Swiftly followed by the bouncer, so the tonal whiplash was a bit much, but I'm sure our chat can handle that, I think.
I listen to a lot of... Game is a lot quiet now, god damn it.
That's okay. No, I know exactly why that is.
So I'm going to soldier on, so you do whatever you need to do with the audio, by the way. If it's because I fucked myself up with Audacity today, I'm going to be so annoying.
Get over here and stay close.
I know, I'll be right over. I just got to hide sidebar. There we go. Alright. Streamlabs. Cool. Yeah, I'm coming. Don't worry, Sig.
Toast those bad boys up ahead.
Don't call me Cherry again. I don't like it.
Call me a metalhead, because that's what I am. I like bands like Korn and System of a Down.
Exactly. Oh.
I actually fucking love System of a Down.
Seems pretty good, Bianca. We're going to stick with that. And, yeah, I'll make Brendon suffer this week, and then I'll crack up at some noise cancelling headphones for next week.
Hell yeah!
Because
these bad boys I've had for so long, they're starting to fall apart.
Grab the bridge to bring it down.
These headphones are very good, but very expensive. But like once you start using like really expensive headphones, it's hard to go back. Like it makes listening to music a much more enjoyable experience. I know that sounds incredibly snobby, but you know, I'm
Fair
fine
enough.
with that.
So
I'm listening to the FF10 Prelude, by the way.
great.
It's like it's poppy. That's why I'm dancing and popping around. Hey,
That's one fried metal.
Sig is very keen to call us
Technology.
cherries and demean us, but like we're saving his hide this entire time. His
Do you
gun will
think that,
jam. He's constantly having to stop and charge, but
With metalheads, I say shoot first.
Do you
ask
think
questions
the
later.
thumbs down was a
There's the second
subtle
scout
reference to
back.
Gladiator?
I
That was
reckon
only
so.
3 years prior.
Absolutely. I think that was them deciding to be current that day.
This reminds me a lot of Ratchet and Clank. This sequence. Have you played Ratchet and Clank 1?
I have, and I believe you that there's missions of this caliber in the game.
There's a world on in Ratchet and Clank 1. It's like a water world,
One less metalhead.
not like the movie, but you're on a boat going around,
Next target.
and you have to. It's like an escort mission,
Sure, it's a what kind of world?
or like a water world. And you're on a
A
boat
water
for the
world,
rest
okay. A Kevin Costner water world, gotcha.
of it. Yes. Man, I watched it as a kid. I really need to rewatch it because it's infamous for being a massive flop.
Yeah, I hear that too, and I also hear that people like, when you put that reputation aside, like, it's not that bad,
The bridge to bring it down.
so...
If you're making a movie to try to capitalize on the success of another movie, a la Mad Max, I don't know. You probably don't deserve to have huge success.
Drop that
I mean,
left hand, hold 'em
that
on.
seems like a very harsh statement.
Yeah, I mean,
Great. No time
I
to
feel like any idea can work, and even like a rip-off will rip it off in its own unique way. So, like, I don't think it's DOA necessarily, you know?
I retract my previous statement.
I'm just giving my...
But what I'm trying to point out is that Waterworld was just trying to capitalize on the success of Mad Max.
Oh, very much so. Like, no doubt that's why they gave it the green light, but...
I don't think it was anyone's vision,
Now that's
from the
what I call
outset.
blowing someone.
or maybe it was. Who knows? I'm gonna look up some Waterworld facts. No, I'm not. I don't know.
Got the IMDb right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just fucking slamming Waterworld tonight. Get out of the way, everyone. I've got beef with Waterworld.
What's Kevin Costner up to these days? There's that show Yellowstone he's in.
Yeah, he's still acting. I don't think he's stopped acting.
No, he definitely didn't. He definitely didn't. He's just not the heartthrob that Hollywood took him for. He's now, you know those clickbait headlines at the bottom of legit articles where they're like, "You won't believe how this person looks now," and it's like a picture of
Unbelievable how
Matilda.
hot Kevin Costner is now.
Yeah, yeah. The
He's
same,
gotten
but
so hot.
yeah.
Wow, that was epic.
Metalhead flambe.
Metalhead flambe. It's a good one, too.
Hey.
Look out!
So do we only have one gun at this point? This is like the shotgun? Or
Yes.
Is it, oh, this is like the sound wave gun though.
Just it's a
Are
shot.
there
It's
any
function.
guns-
It is functionally the same as a shotgun. I know we picked this apart last week
Gun stand.
and said, well, that's not a buckshot that you're firing, da da da. But like, it's functionally the same.
Well, I fixed my gun.
I just realized, are there going to be no guns like with actual
Okay, the
bullets?
peacemaker is back
Are
online.
they all going to be laser / energy based?
Yes.
Get around. Okay. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yes, that is exactly what's happening.
Close.
Makes sense. Makes sense. You
Yeah.
get around.
It makes it more distinctive in the end.
We go home.
I actually looked at demo footage before starting this playthrough last week, and there were little effects on the guns that were different that didn't make it in. In this case, in the case of the shotgun, there's a little red cloud that sort of emanates from every shot, like as though it were a bullet. But I think they lessened it Zigbar style for the kids.
Do you know what this is rated? PG, I'm assuming. But...
Well, PG here in Australia, but ESRB, I want to say T for teen, but I'd need to double check.
Yeah, they're all different in America. I don't... Yeah.
So we did that mission without dying. That's pretty cool. And I came close to dying. Before we leave, there are a couple of orbs, a couple of secret orbs, which I was specifically leaving until after we did the mission. And I'm going to go get them now. What were you going to ask? Sorry?
You have more than 3 pips of energy. Nice. I guess you can get 4 in the first game, because you only get 50 green boys.
Mm-hmm.
You can
But
take 1 hit and then you start taking life.
you lose damage in pretty large chunks, though, so it's hard to, like, gauge, like, even though it's, what, 8 little bits there, it's hard to gauge necessarily how strong an attack will be and how many you can take before you die. I've never tracked it that closely. So functionally, as far as I'm concerned, like, you said there's 4 in the first game?
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's like there are 4, because I think a solid hit from a Crimson Guard will take off a quarter anyway. So, and there are
I'll pay attention this time.
there are some attacks that take off only 1 bit. I guess, like, the little green gremlin things are that. But yeah, like I said, I haven't analyzed it that closely. I'm sure someone has, but it ain't me.
Currently playing in my headphones is Otherworld from Final Fantasy X, which is a song that plays right at the start and second last boss. There's the one like heavy metal song on the soundtrack. It is extremely appropriate for this game.
Yes, good. Very good.
Like specifically early 2000s edgelord.
Maybe you should add to your queue some Final Fantasy VII. I mean, you did call this guy Cloud last week, so.
True.
And the stream is. Sorry, your cat.
My
yeah.
cat's trying to get out one sec.
Oh, tend to your cat. Yeah, this is a good time.
Well done.
We're making our escape right now, so this is a good time to tend to any one of your pets, really, audience. I understand Reese has a lovely cat. I will pose that question about FF10 and Xanakand when he gets back.
It's good to see you still alive.
Hell yeah, we're still alive, please. So is that music track you described, Brendon? Oh, he's not listening just yet.
Oh.
Brendon,
Yeah.
is the music track you just described the one that plays as Xanakand gets destroyed?
Zeneca gets destroyed? Yeah, at the opening of FF10, yeah. Sorry, I should not do that on stream.
That's so good. So, we're going to pay another visit to that precursor statue from last week. We're going to get ourselves another Dark Power.
Is there any more backstory behind these guys?
About the precursors in this game?
Yeah.
There's a lot of it in Jak 3. I don't think there's nearly as much of it in this one.
Okay.
Now check this out.
Dark Bomb.
Look how squelchy his fist got. How cool was that, man?
Well, what's that? Is it just like an AoE?
It's a shockwave.
attack?
It's an AoE attack. Yeah, it's hard to tell when you're inside that interior, but yeah.
Do you still have like your ground pound, or does it replace that?
You still do. In Dark Jak, you can't do that anymore. Like you'll automatically do that. Sorry.
So how does Dark Jak work?
Dark Jak, you collect enough Dark Eco to until your little glowering face in the corner here becomes an evil glowering face, like pale white, like Dark Jak, and then you hit the L2 button, and you turn into Dark Jak, and you can just romp around, and your attacks are stronger for like, I want to say a full minute. But if you do the Dark Jak bomb that we just collected, you chew through all your Dark Eco in one go. It's not the most refined system. It's more there just because Jak turning into a dark version of himself is cool. Honestly, like
Cool.
it's not, I think, a natural course for this game to go. But who am I to say? You know,
They should have introduced an alignment system in this game.
Ooh, a morality system. Yeah.
I feel like you gotta wait like 1 or 2 more years.
There was, yeah. Like, this came out 2003, Bioshock came out in 2006, so yeah. I want to say 2006, I might be wrong. Big fan of the way the background changed. Yes, Reese, that's actually a great detail that I'd like to talk about. So, anytime you either get into a vehicle or pull out a weapon, the music changes very slightly. It adds another instrument. When you here, I'll demonstrate if you want to listen, and you don't have to talk in case the feedback is too much. So Brendon, if you want to...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to chat.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was like, I'll just be quiet in this time.
Yeah, I just want you to hear the way the music changes whenever the environment changes slightly. So this is how the music sounds currently. Just, you know, slow and plaintive. When you get out a gun, though... Dun, 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 dun. So a bit of percussion there. And then when you get in the vehicle... So, I just think that's really cool. And weirdly, Jak 3 does not continue it. Jak 3, the music just stays the same the whole way through. I know, it's strange. I don't know why it suddenly became beyond them, but...
I feel like dynamic soundtracks and games have sort of become all the rage these days. Like Tony Hawk's remake does it.
Yes, that's true. When you
listen to music.
Yeah, when you max out your special in Tony Hawk, that's right. It suddenly gets all echoey and reverby. Side mission. I reckon we should do this one. I don't know offhand what it's going to be, but I can't imagine it'll be too difficult. Yep, okay.
A green orb? What is that for?
No, it's just yellow. It just looks weird in that light.
Just getting excited there.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, not your fault. It's the game's fault.
No, that's cool.
Red Dead made a big deal out of its dynamic music. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, I mean, Tony Hawk's is a light example of dynamic audio. I mean, I didn't see what happened there.
I just got the orb. I got it in one try. Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It was so fast, I fucking didn't even see it.
I'm just...
Even though I was watching.
I've put in more hours than most people have, period, into this game. So unfortunately, tragically, I'm quite familiar. When Torn says, recognize this place, I actually do recognize this place. I didn't have to trial anymore.
It looks very Star Warsy. It's so dark. I feel like the game, the first one overall, it has dynamic time system, I guess. I mean, it has a day night cycle in it, just for aesthetic reasons, and I guess.
Well, this one does too.
For the PS2.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, this one does. It's just because it's so great.
It's always night.
Yeah. I was tempted to up the brightness for the stream, but I don't want to sully the artist's vision, you know. Just see it how it is, you know. Because I don't think it's especially dark, the settings on my PS4, so I think that's just how. Yeah, I remember it being this way, so.
No, yeah, it looks fine. Oh god.
No, that's okay.
Oh, I couldn't remember if you could swim or not.
Yeah, you can swim in this. You're not Tommy Vercetti.
That's right.
It's not like Grand Theft Auto to that extent, yeah.
You boys are turning out to be quite useful, eh? I have another task for you. The sewers used to be a fabulous smuggling route for me before the Baron installed security devices.
And before those late-night snack runs kept you from fitting out the front door.
Oh!
Fat jokes are so hungry.
I know!
Especially these days.
They never get old.
Do we have to shake down, knock out, or blow up?
They do get old.
I just want to hurt
I need
people.
someone to go down and shoot every sentry gun in the sewers. And I'll give you a sweet weapon upgrade if you succeed.
New weapon.
Dank murky water? Reeks worse than your breath at an oyster fest? Fuller of metalheads than your plate at a one-pass buffet? And of course, weapons more lethal than your ever-so-tiny whiteys on a hot
Like,
summer
just
day.
grabbed him
Look, donut hole.
and shook him round?
Float around here looking
He's just
hot and
ripping
heavy,
on him.
and you
I know.
over the pipes.
We're not doing
Didn't
anything
just offer him a
until
quest.
you tell us why metalheads are trading with the Baron's forces.
I should have had you both kneecapped, eh? All I know is that the Baron cut a
So who are the
desperate
metalheads?
deal with a metalhead leader. Metalheads need eco, so the
They need
Baron
eco,
supplies
apparently.
them with regular shipments. In return, the metalheads agreed to attack the city just enough to satisfy the Baron's continued rule.
Yeah, but how long can that deal last?
Well, the Baron is running short on eco, eh? And the metalheads are short on patience. Baron Praxis needs this wall to keep in power. Otherwise,
Oh my god, the
city could
military-industrial
go the
complex
true
is real.
road, wherever that little brat is.
Dexter and I will clear your sewers. And we haven't forgotten about that weapons upgrade you promised in return.
Bloodsuckers.
Incredible amount of lore there. So, yeah. So there's a fake war going on. We kind of established that. I think I inadvertently like said as much when we were trying to explain who the metalheads were earlier. So there's a metalhead leader. He mentioned.
Who are the metalheads?
Who are the metalheads? So the creatures with the yellow gems in their heads. It's those beasts. Okay. And you remember at one point...
the beast... Fuck, sorry. I don't know why... You explained that earlier. Sorry, I'm such an idiot.
That's okay. That's okay. It's we got uppercase metalheads that are these creatures, and we got lowercase metalheads, which this game is full of. So I understand the confusion. And then he also... Crew also mentions, very helpfully, that basically Baron Praxis needs the war to stay in power, otherwise a true ruler will get put on the throne. So there's an actual heir to the throne. And for some reason he's convinced that that ruler is a little brat. So a child, presumably. That's a lot. And
so what I'm hearing is this isn't Final Fantasy so much as it's Lord of the Rings. Specifically Aragorn's story arc.
Well,
not really.
Well, that depends on who you define as Aragorn, you know. But we'll have to wait and see. It's just there's a lot of threads that've just started here, coming out of this, just in this one bizarre exchange where they just act really hostile towards Crew. And even as a kid, I just thought to myself, like, why? You know, he calls them bloodsuckers. Why does he put up with them? I mean, all he did was just like apprentice under Sig just now. So like, they're not exactly indispensable yet. I mean, we know they're indispensable because they're our character, but like, it's just a lot. It's a lot.
So is the idea with this fake war, it's like 1984, like keep people like authoritarian sort of ideas going on?
Judging
keep people scared and under control.
Yeah, judging from like the dialogue coming out of the little propaganda kiosks that I pointed out last week. You remember those little things where you hear Clancy Brown going, "Sacrifice for your city," or the enemy could be anyone. That's kind of what they're getting at. Whether they flesh it out with actual character drama that explores those themes in any sufficient detail, it's not going to happen. Just spoil it. Just going to spoil that for you right now. It's not going to happen. It's all lip service.
It is world building though.
Oh yeah. Look, I mean,
that's good to know.
But I think as far as like what I was attached to in this world as a kid, it was more character design and gameplay than anything else.
Interested in the geopolitical sort of implications
as a 12 and 13-year-old as at that age, somehow, yes. Call me crazy, call me stupid, but yes. All right, so now we're gonna head down into the sewers, and the actual mission that he asked us to do, which got lost amid all that plot material, was to take out some guns. Some sort of sentry turrets. Oh, you do remember that? Okay. I almost forgot it.
Take care of your sewers.
And we haven't forgotten that gun upgrade.
I don't... Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Whatever, Jack and Dax. What are the red things? Is that ammo?
The red things? Yes, they are in fact ammo. In fact, I could use some more ammo. There we go. Now we're on 18. And we can turn it to
dark Jackson.
We sure do. Look at him. He's just... Oh.
He's ready.
Sure is.
He's ready to come out. Is that the intended way to get these turrets?
Yes, because you only have a shotgun and a melee attack, so you got to get in close.
I don't know why, but the way you were doing that, it just seemed like an expert. Probably because you do it with so much grace.
Did that metalhead jumping out of the darkness scare you? Was it like
I
a...
didn't even notice it.
Was it... Okay. I was hoping it was like a clicker, you know? Just a calculated scare, but alright.
Clickers are fine. The main problem with clickers is the noise.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. Everything else about them.
I'm annoyed by... What are they called? Stalkers? No. The regular ones that can actually see still. What are they called? There's a term for them.
There's runners, not those.
Runners, yes. Absolutely runners, because they see you and run at you. That's right.
Yes. Yeah,
Those ones annoy me, because it's like... The whole thing that sets apart the clickers is that they hear you more than they see you, but then you've got these guys that are just zombies, basically. It always... Like, I get why they implemented it from a gameplay standpoint, they got to mix it up, but... From a lore standpoint, it was just like, well, that's convenient, isn't it?
Oh,
Shamblers. No. Shamblers, I think, are the big chunky boys who throw gas grenades. Or am I confusing them with another one? Probably. What a twist!
Can't remember. But I love the gameplay in Last of Us 2 in particular. It's so good. I love that. Love that sort of stuff.
For all my mixed feelings on the actual game, oh, this is a good opportunity to do a bit of that.
Whoa.
Pretty epic,
Matrix
right?
came out 4 years ago. I think the sequels are still around at this point. Like, I know it seems like I'm drawing a long bow, but I'm not.
You're not.
Because this is old.
Hey, listen, they'd loved making weird laboured references in Crash as well, okay? So, there's absolutely... I mean, Fat Man and the... Jag and the Fat Man has just been like... Has set us on a path, you know? Has set up a precedent.
Perfecting their collapsing bridge tech in preparation for Uncharted. Very true. Man, have you played the Uncharted games?
Yes, I've played them all.
So I'm not sure if you noticed, but maybe you have. Maybe this was just me who thought this was interesting after I noticed. But Drake, when you get shot and take damage, he actually doesn't get hit by it. Like, and your health is not supposed to represent Drake's health so much as it is representing his luck running out.
Oh.
Like, he's actually dodging bullets even though it looks like it's taking damage, but
okay.
It's taking damage to your luck.
Right, so where is this established?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
It's just a gameplay aesthetic thing
Okay, so...
that you don't really notice until someone points it out to you.
So is this just like the conclusion you've come to, having realised that he isn't actually taking bullets to his person?
Yeah, well, I was reading about it.
Okay. And, like, the developers haven't said as much, it's just...
Oh, this is...
Oh, they've said so in interviews, Reese. Okay.
Yeah.
Reese has said, okay. Alright.
Yeah, this is just me talking out my ass. I'm glad Reese is here to back me up. I do want to get hit for a few seconds after exiting cover. Yeah.
Just like an action movie variant on iframes, I suppose.
Man, Uncharted 2 is so fucking good. First time I played that, and I was like, holy shit.
The only thing I'm not a fan of with Uncharted 2 is the fact that Claudia Black, who plays Chloe, she's clearly been given dialogue that was written for an American accent. Like, her Australian accent saying things like, "You're telling me you want to go in there?" It's like, you're meant to be an American, clearly. And they didn't figure out how to write dialogue for her until, like, the third game. And then by that point, they'd kind of backgrounded her until Lost Legacy. So
I didn't notice that. If I play Uncharted 2 at some point, I will definitely take that into account. But I know what you mean when you say that, because there's other things I've noticed that are like that.
Yeah, the
Americans all talk funny like that. You know how it is. But yeah, this Jack and Daxter 1, I know I'm referencing the first game, but that's because I played it. But that very much feels like a tech demo. I can't remember. Well, I mean, it's still like a full game, but I mean, in terms of let's show off what this console can do. That's why it's like it's got dynamic day-night cycles in it for no reason other than showing what different locations look like at different times of the day. This is a very tech demo thing to do.
Yeah.
and lots of other things like that. There's showing off different environments and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Shows probably different effects.
Naughty Dog are just like, yeah, they have changed hands so much over their history, to the point where like they tried to do Jak 4. Neil Druckmann and his crew tried to conceptualize a Jak 4, but they realized like the game we want to make is basically being held back by having to be a Jak and Daxter game, so we shouldn't do this, and they didn't. And I kind of do respect that, you know, like to just know that like you want to go a different way, and you're not gonna just give it a certain title to appeal to people.
Oh, like, yeah, so they don't continue the franchise just for the sake of it.
Exactly.
Yes, I really,
exactly.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some concept art in an art book that they published of a human-looking Jak and a more realistic Daxter, and like environments and stuff. And clearly they wanted to take it in a more realistic, real-world direction. But yeah. Part of me wishes they would try. Part of me wishes
That's
they
what
would.
I think of when I think of these designs. I think realistic.
Yeah.
That definitely works for this game specifically, and its art style. Look how realistic these characters are.
Totally. Look how realistic that little stretch was on Daxter. Look at him just stretch around the way.
This game still looks good, even though it's 17 years old, because it's cartoony and not realistic.
100%. Like
Yeah.
The Uncharted games already, like at least on PS3, already look a bit old hat, you know. But this is just, to me, it's still kind of appealing in a very simple way.
What is that horrible smell?
Is it your butt?
We do your dirty work in the sewers and come back smelling worse than a wet hip hog in a warm barn. This could have a serious impact on the lady factor.
No.
He's very horny.
I think
I'm horny.
Nice work in the sewers, eh? I guess you're looking for that weapon upgrade.
Reese, of course you own that up.
Blast the mob.
Sorry, man.
Video game art books.
I've got one for Bioshock 2 for some reason. My brother bought me the collector's edition of that game for my birthday once, and so I've got that just sitting on my shelf forever. It looks nice, but Bioshock 2, like, I've played it for a bit, and then I got to a mission where you have to kill 3 big daddies, and I just stopped, because I was just like... Yeah. And I was just like, you're not meant to kill big daddies. Like... I refuse to, you know? Like, that's just not what was appealing to me in the first place about him. Alright, now check this out.
I played Bioshock 1 and 3 once each. Oh, hell yeah. That weapon upgrade. I've heard so much about.
The blaster is a good all-around choice with a nice rate of fire. This weapon requires more aiming ability.
Wow.
You can switch
Machine
weapon
gun.
modes at any time. You can combo your attacks by kicking, then firing your weapon. Kick the first target.
Look at him dance.
While kicking to automatically hit
Hell
the
yeah,
second
dog.
target.
So,
He's doing that push.
oh, check this out. So, I hit,
Now that's a wasteland.
and so when I press the R1 button once, after hitting somebody with a melee attack, it shoots, like, 3 bullets.
Ah, so it's burst fire.
Yeah, it's
That's pretty cool.
burst fire. I should just say that. Hey, and if I do this, yeah, so you can do that too. You can just do a little spinny move.
It's like Bayonetta.
Exactly, it's witch time. That's it. Which
You
time?
hold down the attack button after you after an attack, and she'll shoot bullets from whatever extremity she's attacking it.
Which time? 10 years in advance. That's right. All right. So and like last time, we got to do a gun course too before we can proceed. So feel free to read out some donations.
Thanks. We've got a donation here from Bojangles on Twitch who says, "Great job on the run, guys. Can't wait to kill some animals."
That's not what she said at all, but thank you.
Yeah, I have been thinking recently that I might go back and play the Bioshock games because I really, really liked Infinite as well. And the first one, but they're very different games. And when I go back to replay them, I'll play too as well.
This is the hardest course to get a gold score on. I spent many hours doing this.
It was all worth it.
And not only
this
that,
moment.
not only this, but like in both regular mode and hero mode, if you collect 200 orbs in either one, you get different rewards. Basically, you get there's a scrapbook you unlock for getting all like 200 orbs in the regular mode, and there's a mega scrapbook you get after. So
Mega scrap.
a mega scrapbook,
I
which
always call them scrapbooks in these games.
I know, and it's like, unfortunately, because it being the port, basically they've made it widescreen, of course, and so the gameplay is in 16:9 as opposed to the 4:3 image on the PlayStation 2. So the game is expanded to fit the 16:9 ratio. The art book is not. So you're watching a montage of carefully drawn, labored over art assets squashed and like stretched into a rectangle, and it's like, come on guys. So unless you go to the options and change it to 4:3, which you can do to their credit, they look ridiculous. And not how the artist would have intended for them at all. I find it quite funny.
I'm pretty sure in Ty the Tasmanian Tiger they also had a scrapbook, and I bring this up just to ask, when's the Ty the Tasmanian Tiger stream?
I have the first one.
Yeah, I finished the first one. I remember it being quite good.
It's alright.
And looking really nice as well.
I think a stream, it would be the perfect premise to actually go back and finish it. Because as it is, it's just like, look, I got things to do. I'm an adult. The novelty kind of wears off.
Of Ty.
Yeah, the novelty on Ty kind of wears off.
There's like a bunch of sequels as well. I never even saw them for sale.
There's actually, there's 2, there's 3, and there's a 4, but 4 is a side scroller, which feels a bit disingenuous, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. Yes, okay.
You have a big comment from 1K League 1, which is a palindrome.
There is some chili in the kitchen and a cookie. Noted, Kale. Thank you very much.
Good to know.
Yes.
Good for all of us to know.
Yeah, I'll let you know how that cookie is. The chili is bound to be excellent. I've had some of it before. It's good. So we're gonna do one more for crew because there's a specific reward
Proposition for you, Jack.
that I want.
Racing is the biggest sport in the city. Errol is the undisputed grand champion. He's crazy.
Oh my god.
And dangerous on the track. My kind of guy. Only a fool would dare race against him, eh? And that's where you two come in.
Kale, it's a platformer. We're taking Grand Theft Auto missions, and it's a platformer. It's just the two of them combined.
This is the way it's always meant to be. It used to be accidentally brought out a platform.
This is one of the rare funny moments. This is one of the rare funny moments. I recommend you have a listen.
We, the racers, hereby agree to give crew all proceeds from race earnings, endorsement fees, broadcast royalties, syndication residuals, vehicle sponsorships, small appearance fees, collectible card assets, fast food tie-ins, use of likeness rights, talk show deals, clothing lines, all print rights, including book, novella, comic, pamphlet, ticket tape, neon sign, and bathroom graffiti designs. Toy rights, shoe lines, mood rings, game rights. Game rights! Vitamin endorsements, city kickback movie deals, and of course, all death and dismemberment accident insurance claims.
We can work out the tiny details later.
See, I like it. I like it.
To the race garage, near the stadium.
Anyway, now we got to do a race.
That fourth wall no longer exists.
Not technically, no. Like, he hasn't addressed the audience directly. It's just...
He did look at the camera.
Not quite. It's a little off. It's still in the realm, you know? Like, I don't know. Anyway, now we got to do...
Very protective of Jack too.
Yep, Bianca, come on over. Okay. Now we got to do a race to a new area.
Hell yeah. Is it a cityscape? Do we ever go outside a city area?
Well, technically we have been doing when we went to the ruins and the pumping station. Those are areas outside the city. And if you look back at the city, like, you can see it still. And like, they put a lot of effort into like making sure that you have a realistic perspective on where the city would be in relation to where you are outside of it. So, yeah, like, technically you go outside the city. Just not in the same way as, like, Jak 3, for instance, where you have a free roam area on the same scale as Haven City outside of Haven City.
Is it like a Final Fantasy VII style overworld
With
with random battles?
I never got to the
Check
overworld in
next
FF7.
RPG, that would be good.
Yeah, that honestly, hey, that is how you bring it back. That's how Naughty Dog should do it. They've never done an RPG in their lives, but now's a good time to start.
That'd be yeah, I'd be down for that. I'm very interested to play Yakuza 7 as well.
Yeah, one of these days
I'm
I'm just
not
gonna. One of these days I will absolutely give Yakuza a fair shake. As it is, I have not. I played a bit of Zero, but
Yeah, I finished Zero. It's really, really good.
I keep
The
hearing that.
gameplay just grinded me, like, I got a bit annoying after a while, and I just put it on easy at some point, just because I wanted to get through the story. Because there's a lot of cutscenes, and they're all really long, and a lot of people die, and then they're not dead. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. So you watch them die, and then they just come back because the plot would be better with them there. Is that kind of?
Well, no, there's a lot of fucking drama going on, is what I'm saying, and it's amazing.
Jak 2 is 4 games now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally. Fuck, I've gone the wrong way. I may have booked this. No, hang on. I think I can save it.
This isn't the right. What are we doing at the moment?
What are we doing? So, basically, Crew has propositioned that we take part in racing tournaments. Errol, he's mentioned somebody named Errol, who's the grand champion.
We're not racing now, even though there is a time. Are we going to?
Well, what this is basically a trial run for the head of the racing team that Crew is in close cahoots with. So this head of the racing crew wants us to get to the stadium in 3 minutes, and then that will demonstrate to that head honcho that yes, we are actually fit to be a cool racer. Now, as far as the identity of this racing chief, well, let's find out.
Hello? Crew said someone was looking for a race driver.
I'm busy right now.
Oh, I know who it is.
New errand boy.
Yes,
Look,
it's my
I don't mean
character.
to be rude. You did
Oh, is it though? I mean, this person's in silhouette,
new drivers right now, and I've got work to do.
and they don't recognize this person. So, like, are you sure? Actually,
Working on a secret.
it can't be that obvious, can it?
Sorry.
Listen, if you think you've got the guts to race in this town, try taking my prototype jet board out on the stadium course. Beat the stadium challenge, and maybe I'll consider you for my team.
How did? Oh, because she's been like, I guess she got separated from everyone else,
Yeah.
and she's like, all right, now I'm a mechanic. Okay.
So, yet another gorgeous interior. Like, look at all this stuff they put here.
Yeah, true.
They got like like a little hover car there, trophies all up on the wall.
What happens if you try to get behind the curtain?
Well, there's a little crack here.
Oh my god.
There's something back there, isn't there? What do you reckon it is?
Is that a hover bike?
What's that on the wall? What is
Can't
that?
see
A piece of? Is that a drawing? Piece of parchment? What do we reckon? I want to see it. I can't get in though.
I actually have no idea.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Guess I'll have to do the quest and progress this one.
Kira wants us to do a jetboard challenge in order to demonstrate that you're good at racing. Anyway, look, you've seen in the stream starting soon screen and in various art assets for this game that Jak has a little Back to the Future-y hoverboard. That's what this is.
Like Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, did Ratchet have one as well?
Yep.
I
There's
only...
like board racing mini games. And
That's right, yeah. Only that one. That's purely for racing though. This is for doing sick Tony Hawk tricks.
Oh yeah.
Look at him ollie. Look at him do a boneless.
This doesn't look like it feels very good. Is it good?
It's not super elegant, unfortunately. But I know how to
I can
control
imagine
it.
it being cool if you're going at like a fast speed. Grind?
Whoa, cool.
This is the Tony Hawk's killer.
Absolutely.
Also, I just realized something. This isn't a GTA 3 homage. This is a Simpsons Hit and Run homage, which might have come out after this.
Sorry, does Simpsons Hit and Run have a skateboarding minigame?
Oh, not the skateboarding part specifically, but there is a Simpsons skateboarding game.
Yes, there is that too. That's why I was curious. Anyway, now we're going to do some sick tricks. Combo mumbos and such.
But yeah, this game, other than this skateboarding section, well, look at the skate park. So this is what she asked you to do because...
To join the racing team, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And I've already gotten the score she asked for.
Score? Tricks? You're just getting points, but it's not telling you why. Like,
Exactly. It is just...
Names or anything.
It's clearly was, like, the score aspect was clearly not their main focus. It was just the fact that Jack gets a cool board. And...
skateboarding. This is the vision that they had when they made this game.
Absolutely.
Oh, a gap. You got a gap.
Yeah. Maybe this is the noise you keep hearing, the bling, bling, is just a special trick over and over. Maybe I'm just that good.
Do you think, like, I don't know, why is this here? I'm just trying to think about what the main motivator was.
Why?
Were they told that they had to?
Why did they pursue an older market in the first place, you know? Like, I just feel like it's absolutely to that end. What are the teens like these days? How do you do, fellow kids? You know, it is just
like,
pursuing a market.
Tony Hawk isn't the new hotness at this stage.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. I promise you, it's not.
I got three orbs for that. So I'm keeping track of the eggs I've got, just so like I can count how many I've got, and get ones as I go on the missions. So I'm just gonna make note of the fact that I got 3.
As Bort has brought up, it's a Spyro 3 ripoff. I forgot there was skateboarding in that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
When I play a video game where I get to play as a dragon, the way that I want to travel is via skateboard.
Maybe they brought out Crash 3 and Crash. Oh, check out this cutscene. Okay. So when they brought out Crash 3 and he was like on a motorcycle and they thought, ooh, that's super cool. And then Insomniac brought out Spyro 3 and he was on a skateboard and they're like, oh shit, we look really dorky by comparison, no. But they were already well into Jak 1 by that point, so they couldn't add a skateboard into Jak 1. But with Jak 2, they were like, we're gonna show them how cool we are.
Is that an actual story? Or...
No, I'm just speculating.
Okay. But that would be a great story. Straight.
I mean,
and those fucking motorbike levels in Crash are the hardest levels in those games too.
Yeah, it's they're not great. No, I'm not.
Just because you actually have to memorize like
box placement and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want.
Oh yeah, but not that hard if you're not trying to get the gem. You have to also do it anyway.
People do get lucky. Listen, don't you have someone to collect money from?
So during the challenge, Kira is on the intercom and she's saying, "You can do a spin by holding this button. Oh, great job! Beat the high score. Oh, good work, guys." And then when you get back here, she's just like, great, people get lucky, I guess. I justified in context by thinking that it's just pre-recorded messages when you're doing the skateboarding, and so she was just had it for whoever was worthy of the racing team. She didn't expect you to loathe you that much, or that you were coming from like Crew's employ.
And it's definitely not because they wrote this scene and then they had to add skateboarding in after the fact.
It's definitely not because of that.
Yeah.
I'm playing Jak 3 in tandem, and there are definitely moments when you're like, oh, they realized at the last minute they needed a scene to do this, and this, so they've just added it here for no real rhyme or reason. But if we get to Jak 3 one day, you'll hear all about it.
Like, I don't know if that is exactly the case. I'll bring it up.
Work for that slimeball crew. What's not to like?
Looks like you've won a few races. Isn't it true the city champion gets to tour the palace?
Yeah. Why?
Could you get me into the palace?
A friendly visit, I gather.
Yeah, I'm a real fan of the Baron.
Okay, I'll help you out.
He's so cool.
Stop bothering me. I I saw an old maintenance elevator at the base of one of the palace support towers. That old lift might take you up to the palace if you can find a way to turn on the elevator's power.
What about the race?
It's not happening yet. You know, you're on the team, but she'll give you a call when it's time to race. Whoever she is.
Well, why do we need a race if we can get to the palace by ourselves?
Why do we need to race? Because you've joined the racing team, so now you're on the pro circuit. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, but why do I care? Am I trying to get there in praxis?
Well, you're also trying to make money. I mean, that's why you're working for crew, right?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. This is a nice little side mission. You're just going around
Yeah, the
collecting
reason
beacons.
I brought up the thing about having to add bits in, like adding a skateboarding bit in, and they had already written the scene.
Yeah.
Because I remember Amy Hennig specifically talking about that happening at Naughty Dog, like there'd be scenarios where they would write a script, but they would, like, level designers would make levels not in tandem with the writers, and then they'd have to like walk around.
Yeah.
You can feel that in both Last of Us 1 and 2 a little bit. Which is that it's like there's all these different areas and it feels like they wrote around having to go to all these different places.
Yeah,
like,
they
there's
did
no
it.
need to go to the like last area of the game. You go to like a beach or whatever. Thematically, you could have done that anywhere else in the game, but it's like, well, we made this fucking beach area, so.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry as well, Mace Windu. I'm trying to play this as well as I can, and on it is. Yeah. Oh, there's Mace Windu this in chat who's saying he hopes he or she
you let
hopes.
them down.
Sorry, yes, I let them down. Yeah, just hoping that we enjoy this game.
Sith Lord?
A Sith Lord?
Every single line of dialogue in the prequels can be memed.
Yeah, very much. Not
Uncharted is the
for a
pinnacle of
Jedi.
Just a bunch of cool set pieces with a very loose narrative tying them together. Yep. Yeah. That's probably why Uncharted 3 was slightly not as good as Uncharted 2.
Yeah, I have to agree. There's amazing set pieces in 3, but yeah, I think 2 is a better package.
Oh, 4 is the same. I really didn't like Uncharted 4.
Wow, really? I loved 4.
I got so bored of it. And by the end, I was just playing it just because I was like sunk cost fallacy.
Oh,
like,
boy. Okay, that's right. Sorry to hear. Because there was just a lot of stuff I was impressed by with 4.
I mean, it looks nice. Oh, I know I'm alone in this, but
The capsizing boat in 3 is super impressive. Yes, that's also extremely good. I love that you can get the Marco Polo achievement during that, while everything's flooding. Nate just like stops a minute to be like, Marco Polo! I don't know if you...
that's in like every game.
I know, but like that's where they found the point to fit it in. I've found this, I think. Or have I? Or have I? Or have I? Okay. Bear with me.
I'm done quiet.
Oh. Oh, no. Okay, bugger. One more time. One more time. That noise. That
Mission
noise.
failed. We'll get
Yeah.
it next time. That's a reference to Call of Duty.
Oh, okay. Like the first one? How far back are we talking?
I don't know. Whatever game it is.
Whatever one was in vogue in the year that you heard it. Yeah. I think it's smarter to go with a car on this one because you don't blow up like I managed to do the first time. Okay. Alright. So,
Munching Italy.
were there lightning storms in Jak 1? Do you remember there being dynamic weather?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it just kind of changed with the level, didn't it? Yeah, so another advancement in this game. Really hope Naughty Dog tries a new IP this generation. I do too, but I also hope that they stop overworking their employees.
Yeah.
and allowing their heads of development to act like shitheads on Twitter. Which Neil Druckmann, well, low-key shithead, but like Neil Druckmann's just kind of very snobby. Like, oh, just like take
shit writer as well.
Yeah, he's not the best writer, hey.
No offense.
Yeah. He's an excellent director. He gets amazing performances in all the games he works on, but yeah, not as good a writer as he would like to believe. I don't think.
I would like him to be.
Okay.
Yeah, Last of Us was an interesting experience. Yeah, I was about to say, I wonder if they'll do Last of Us 3 for PS5, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Who will you play as in Last of Us 3, if they make it?
Abby, our favorite character.
I reckon Abby as well. Like, having been like sunburnt and starved. Oh, I should not spoil it. I'm sorry.
Or, what are the names? The two girls. Oh wait, one.
It's one boy, though. It's a transgender boy, which is I know, but like it's a main theme of the series that
I'm no
like
better
they
than Neil himself.
Look, misgendering a fictional character is not like I think.
I can't remember what their fucking names are.
Lev, I think it's the boy's name.
Lev, yes.
And
Lev,
and the girl, well, I think you'd need to double check where she is at the end of the game.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, now you know. We should stop spoiling that game. It's quite possible that someone wanders in the chat. Bianca, no. I'll tell you right now, no.
Spoiler. But
that's the last one.
it's fine.
Yeah, true. Chat is appearing on the video stream, isn't it?
The real spoiler for that game is that the story drops off a fucking cliff. One point.
Okay, so this is good timing, good pacing, because this is the one mission I wanted to. This is the other one mission that I wanted to do this time around.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm playing.
Baron's mining operations is under attack by the metalheads. That's not our problem. It is our problem when the foreman's one of the underground's best informants. His name is Vin, and he's just valuable enough to see find a warp gate at the power station and use it to travel to the strip mine, so you can rescue Vin's pathetic hide.
Hey, tattooed wonder, how come we get all the crappy missions?
Because I don't like you.
Fair enough.
Whatever deal the Baron made with the metalheads,
Deal.
the city's eco is almost gone, and his time is running out. If we don't get the kid back on the throne soon, there may not be a city left to defend.
Again, really convinced that there's a kid, you know?
Also, oh, I gotta turn myself down before I ask this question. So the fake war. How does Baron Praxis communicate with the metalheads? They seem like do any of them talk?
That question is addressed later.
Oh, good.
That is all I'll say.
They will talk.
We know.
Wait, no.
I'll just say that there is a metalhead leader, as Crew alluded to a metalhead leader earlier.
I know who it is.
Okay.
Well, it's not what I think. I think that I thought you were saying it is Baron Praxis is the leader.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm saying right now. Sorry.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that there is a metalhead lead. Like, when you mention like, do any of the like, how does Baron Praxis communicate with the metalheads? Period. And I'm just saying that there is a leader.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a leader of the metalheads.
Will there be a boss fight?
In this game, yeah, there's a few boss fights.
Oh, it's the same warp gate from the first game.
Yes. I'm keeping a Google Doc open at this point because there's a couple of orbs that I want to find. Oh, hello.
What's the Chief Metalhead's title?
There's no honorific applied to the leader. that I remember.
Yeah. Head, metalhead.
In case you can't tell, I'm being very careful about what I say.
Yeah, I don't feel free not to comment when I'm speculating on what's going on with the story. But I will continue speculating because I feel like the answers should be obvious for these questions that are being posed. But the way
maybe in hindsight they are obvious, maybe. But it's like I've lived with the answers for so long that it's hard for me to tell. and seeing it through your fresh eyes is like new for me, you know.
I'd like sometimes when you're at the start of a narrative. Well, this isn't really the start of the narrative, but of its own, it's taken such a shift that, for all intents and purposes, this is the start of the new narrative. So it could go in any fucking direction, and I don't know how deep or not deep it's going to be.
And I want to keep it that way for you as much as possible. Because that's just a good way to enjoy anything. Even if it is silly and try hard like this game is.
What if this game started off where Jack's daughter got shot by some paramilitary?
What is he doing? He's 16 for one thing, so like...
Yeah.
Just a teen dad. Becomes a teen dad in between games.
Where the hell am I? Baron Praxis shot my daughter. Ellie.
But it's like a fully... Because I don't know if you watched the behind-the-scenes making of Last of Us 1.
No.
There's a whole section where they go into like the day where they filmed that opening scene where Joel's daughter dies. And
I think I've seen it being filmed.
Right, and Troy... Well, you might have seen the clip from it, and Troy goes into detail about how like he was putting his heart and soul into like a good emotional reaction for Joel, and he's trying his hardest, he's crying his heart out, he's screaming, but Neil just keeps telling him, it's not quite right, do it again. It's not quite right, do it again, and Troy is just at his limit. You know, he's pouring. You know, he's drained at a certain point. He takes a break, and then he takes a step back and thinks, okay, let's just hit the basics here, you know, like, he needs to feel this amount of grief, he needs to say this sort of thing in reaction, just strips it right back, and then that's the take that wound up in the game. And he sort of said to himself, I realized what I've been doing up until that point was I'd been giving a performance where, in my head, people would react by going, wow, what a great actor. And it was when I finally shut up and, like, just acted professionally and did what the director needed me to do for the day that we got it. And Troy is just a very earnest guy in general, to put it lightly. His Twitter title for a while was Troy Baker is a relator. And to be fair, like, that is the name of the little art collaboration type network thing that he set up. I don't know the specifics of how that works, but it's very like self-serious. So to hear that like he gave one of the best performances of his career by not being self-serious is quite interesting, I think. But yeah, to see that in Jack and Daxter would still be too much.
That's a very good point, and you're alluding a lot about his personality and saying that. That's really funny.
Daxter gets bitten and Jack has to watch his best friend slowly turn before ending his life.
Yeah.
Mace, I appreciate you not spoiling anything. That's good. We really do appreciate it.
Fucking, he's gonna like shoot himself in the head or something like that. It's like, the pain is too unbearable.
But like with a laser gun. So it's like...
It's a big shotgun thing, so it's just a blast wave.
We're about to meet this foreman that Torn alluded to, the guy we're rescuing. What personality type is this person going to have? Take a guess.
So he's a foreman?
Well, yeah, foreman with like a specialty in electricity and like power grids and stuff.
He's going to be like a mad scientist type, eccentric, smart, and yet a bit might be losing his mind a little bit. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, let's take a look, shall we?
The blue mage, not the blue mage, the blue sage from the first game.
Crazy.
How? How did I guess this.
You wouldn't be talking right now. Oh, friends? Oh, thank goodness. What?
Is it actually the blue sage?
No,
Because it looks like.
it's not the blue sage.
Just you two?
He's functionally a blue sage. He knows all about blue eco, but
I'm beginning to wonder that myself. If you want, you can stay here and be metal meat. But Daxter and I are leaving before those monsters get back.
all right.
We did it.
We rescued the foreman. Vin is his name. And can I say, he's my favorite quest giver in the game.
Good.
That's all I'm going to say for now.
More than Solace in
Yeah, I
Mass
wanna
Effect,
thank you guys
yes.
for saving my butt out there at the strip mine. And we'd
Not
like to
as
thank you
eccentric,
for
but
being
that
such a
game,
bad
like,
shot.
he
Oh,
has
yeah,
to be
sorry
grounded
about that,
in
guys.
that video game.
I'm
So.
a bit jumpy these days. Jumpy? We hadn't noticed. Ah! A metalhead behind you! Ah! What?
Good job, whoever wrote that caption. That was very
Got
accurate.
him, boys.
Action time, though. Not funny! Those metalheads have been attacking our mining operations, and we're running out of eco. Eco power keeps the city shield walls up, and if the shield drops, well, we can all kiss our butts goodbye.
Isn't it cool how he wiggled his butt there? Good touch.
Yeah, that was cool. I was hoping for some sex jokes, and we haven't really gotten there yet, but
My reading
that
show a drop
nearly made up for it.
at the drill platform. Probably some metalhead eggs sucking away power. So use the warp gate to go to the platform and destroy every metalhead egg you can find.
Metalhead egg?
There are eggs, yes. Now,
God.
we can either go through the wolf gate and do a turret section, which is what he's like a series of turret sections, which is what he's alluding to there. Or at this point, we can go back, take another mission from Torn, and meet another new character.
I'm not sure. I wanted to try to wrap it up by 8:30, so if you can do one of those before then. Or a bit
Ooh. Let me just check real quick. Firstly, do we have any side
Or
missions?
whichever one is quickest.
I think, in that case, if you want to wrap it up by 8:30 or soon after, I reckon we stick to doing a side mission, and then we'll meet this new character next week.
Because we've already met quite a few characters.
We have met quite a few characters, and we can and what's nice is that this game lets you recap by talking, like basically replay the cutscene by talking to the NPC if you need catching up. So it's very friendly for that sort of thing. But I reckon we should close it out by finishing out the side missions that is available.
Oh, see, you don't need a refresher if the characters are just stereotypes.
True.
I already know all his shit next time by hearing him talk for like 2 seconds. A cliffhanger, that's right.
That's right. Yeah, there's plenty more to look forward to for sure. Okay, so now I believe this is a racing challenge. It may also be an egg challenge. We're about to find out.
Here's another chance to prove your knowledge of the city.
It's an egg challenge.
City needs your sacrifice.
Shut up, Baron. Like I cut him off. Okay, now I know where this egg challenge is, and that way will be done well before 8:30. Well, not well
Are
before.
these your gold's egg?
Yes, and I think I'm gonna fuck it up this first time. Unless...
Unless...
Work hard and be grateful.
Hey, also you can't pick them up if you're on your bike.
Word on wrongdoers.
Or was that just a...
I think you can pick it up on your bike. I think I'm just avoiding an explosion because I'm paranoid because it's on
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
Now notice how I can't...
You do not have proper clearance.
I don't have proper
How does the
clearance.
damage on the vehicles work?
Please come back with proper clearance.
There is probably underlying math, but it's like GTA. You just have increasing levels of flame and smoke and damage indicators. There's probably perfectly
You just
sense.
need to say, yep,
Yeah.
understand it for with just GTA.
Now, that was the last of it, I'm sure. Last of the side missions. Yes. Okay. So we got a clean slate. And yeah, and just looking at these missions, I know exactly what order I want to tackle them in. But we're gonna save that for next week.
There's a map and a fog of war being revealed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like last week when you got the security passes, that's what's opening up more of the map. Yeah.
Like Metal Gear Solid.
Very much so. Okay, so to
I mean,
recap,
there's a lot of games.
So we've met Kira again. The game would love to pretend that we haven't, but we have, and we know we have. We've met Vin. As I've said, best quest giver in the game. You're going to find out all about him as we go. Well, I mean, like, he doesn't have an extensive backstory. There's a particular reason I think he's cool, and we're going to find out what that is. And crew, like, despite all the insults we lobby at him, still happy to have us around. Still happy for us to work with him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a prick.
Still giving us gun upgrades, so that's good. Yeah, and essential, really, to get through some of these missions. Yeah. How do you feel about this week? What was your highlight?
I liked when Dexter looked at the camera and said, "Game mates."
Added to. Like, it's rare when they, like, again, playing Jack 3 in tandem, the writing generally improves in the sequel. Like, the jokes are generally funnier and better presented. Generally. But yeah, sometimes there's a gold nugget in there in this game. So, yeah, cool. So as far as streams go, do you reckon you'll do Review-Geo tomorrow night?
I'm keen.
Sweet.
Depends if Bianca's
Sure.
around.
For anyone who's watching who is not aware what Review-Geo is supposed to be, literally just watch Yu-Gi-Oh on the stream and commentate over it. And last week was Mako Tsunami's grand appearance, and
And exit.
and I gotta say,
Next week will be Yu-Gi-Oh versus Kaiba? Question mark?
Kaiba. Oh yeah, because his voice was a bit strange, wasn't it? And his eyes as well.
Yeah, it's almost like it was double tracked.
And yeah, and like he's kept saying that you don't stand a ghost of a chance, which is a very interesting choice of words, really. I wonder what that was about. Yeah, Monday we continue with we will probably continue with Star Wars Jedi Academy. Having just finished KOTOR, well, Bianca will, that is. Reese has watched a bunch of new Yu-Gi-Oh recently, and that show got real weird. Are you talking about Yu-Gi-Oh GX? Is it weird, Brendon?
GX.
Have you watched any?
know.
You don't know. You haven't watched it. You're not that big of a fan.
No, I'm a fan of the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, well, that's just classic Yu-Gi-Oh, right? It doesn't get...
Well, yeah, there's no longer Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't appear in the show after a certain point.
And then, yeah, Tuesday is a normal podcast, and we'll have something to show for that, I'm sure. Some manner of presentation, some other weird topic to delve into. Now, bear with me a moment. I'm just going to have a look on Twitch to see who's streaming, and I'm going to ask myself, is there someone we can raid? Because we don't raid people, do we? Now, there was one... Yeah. There's no one quite... appropriate. I was hoping that Harrison, Totes Video, would be streaming Last of Us 2, and I thought, oh, that would be such a good thing to lead into, to just send people to after this. Just yeah, exactly. But it doesn't look like he's started just yet, or he's already played it and finished up. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, maybe if you want more of a Naughty Dog kick, have a check-in of Totes Video, TOTESVIDYA later. And I guess that covers it. Is there anything else you want to mention before we wrap it up?
Yeah, fuck you, Neil Druckmann.
All right. Well, having said that, let me cue up a lovely end screen with some lovely music. Some Kingdom Hearts 2 music.
Oh, hell yeah.
No less.
Which song?
The song is... Oh, where's the title gone? Desire for All That Is Lost, which I believe is a battle theme, if I remember right. So, thanks for joining. See you next time.
Thank you very much for joining. And
Thank you.
Don Feinstein.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
No, I don't need to press the button. Thank you for that. That was great.